Hi everyone, I hope you're having a lovely day today. I am so excited to talk to you today because this is going to be an interesting episode. So, I am diving in to talk about the uncomfortable process of going through a change and how it's actually a lot more important than having the results. So, keep listening because I think you are getting a lot of insights from this episode. Welcome to the Daring Living podcast, where it's all about personal growth, honest conversations, and exploring what it means to live a passionate, daring life. I'm your host, Shirley Huang. Now, before we continue, I just want to let you know about my new 90-day coaching program that I just recently launched. It's called 90-Day Transformation Program, and I'm so excited for this. So in this program is where we take all the teaching materials and the skill sets and then apply them over a 3-month period. So you can have the accountability support plus time for you to implement the learnings into your personal life. And this program includes 6 bi-weekly coaching sessions with teaching materials, exercises, and tools that will be prepared for you to work on after each session. And you will also have unlimited access to me via email or WhatsApp during this time. This way we can really work on anything that's coming up for you at the moment. The coaching plan is customized for every one of my clients. Some areas that we can work on include life planning, figuring out your life, relationships, people pleasing, handling negative emotions, building self-confidence, and so much more. So it really depends on what you are going through, and then we can explore that together and then create a personalized plan for you. So if you think that this is something that you're interested in, if you just want that extra accountability support to really help you implement the skill sets into your life and really work on your goals, then please visit the program page at daringliving.com/coaching. Again, it is daringliving.com/coaching. Okay, so we were talking about the process of going through a change. So perhaps you are in the middle of it right now. You are going through a life transition. Maybe you're changing a new career direction, or you're going back to school, or you're starting a new business. You are working on your personal growth. You're going through a breakup, moving to a new city or a new country. The process of it, this is a time that I think that not a lot of people talk about because we all just want to get to the other side, right? We want the results of it. We want the result of that change. We don't want to talk about being in the process and being in the change. And why do you do that? Because the result feels good. The result feels like you have accomplished the goal. You have done it. But the process of that change is hard. It feels uncomfortable and it can feel very scary sometimes. I actually got this idea for this podcast episode from one of my clients. She was telling me that she wished if only her past issues and some of the subconscious beliefs that she's struggling with at the moment, she just wished that they no longer exist so she can just start over again and then it won't be this hard. So basically, she's telling me that she wants to not do the work and still get the result that she wants, which is living a happy and satisfying life. And my reply to her is, but going through that process, that is the point of it. If you want to skip the process and just get the result, then it won't mean anything anymore. So often, I think in our lives, we just want to rush to have the result. We want the good grades, the dream job, being in a wonderful relationship, being successful, making lots of money, having the ideal lifestyle, and living the life on your own terms. All of these sound so great. So why doesn't everyone have that? Well, because not everyone is willing to go through that process. True reward, it happens during the process and not the result. In order for you to have that result that you want, you actually have to first go through the change to become the person that has that result. And going through that process and that change, it's what I call a transformation. So this is also why I named my new coaching program 90-Day Transformation, because after this process, you walk out feeling as if you have become a new person. You have to go through that process in order to get a result. It's inevitable. For example, in order for you to build a fostering relationship, it requires conflict, negotiations, mutual understanding, and communication. You need to be willing to put your ego aside, actually listen to the other person, and do the work to make it happen. And the same thing, if you want that dream job, you have to take the extra courses, use the extra time that you have to go to networking events, show your capability, do the extra work, put yourself out there and be seen. True reward, it actually comes during the process of that change, during the transformation. Because after you go through that, you have already become the person who has that result. What you desire, it just comes to you naturally. So let me give you an example. About 2 to 3 years ago, I was feeling very lost, very anxious, and just scared of the future ahead of me. Everything felt very uncertain. I was frustrated because I didn't know what was wrong with me. Deep down, I just want to have the kind of lifestyle where I can create it however I want and live it on my own terms, and have a job where I can genuinely help people and feel satisfied doing what I love. That was all I wanted. Yet at the time, that kind of life, it felt so far away. About a week ago, I was just washing the dishes when it hit me. I was like, wow, that life that I desired so much before, I am living that right now. But what's very interesting is that I don't feel especially emotional about it, because all of it, all of the things that I have right now, they all just came to me naturally. During the process of this change, I've already become the person who has that result. I've already become the person who is working for myself, having a job that I love, and creating a schedule on my own terms. Do you see what I'm saying? And this actually leads me to my next point, which is this. If you get the result right away, at this very moment, without going through the process of it, you just get what you want right now, it will actually be very hard for you to keep it. So what do I mean by that? You have probably all heard of those lottery winners, right? A lot of them, they suddenly become millionaires overnight and lose all of their fortunes within the next few years. Why does that happen? They got what they want. Why is it so easy for them to lose it all? You see, they got what they want, but they haven't become the people who are capable of owning that much money. They haven't been through that process of it. And that led to just a lot of anxiety, stress, overwhelm, self-sabotage behaviors, desperately giving their money away because maybe deep down they believe that they don't deserve them. If you get the result right away without going through the process of that change, you haven't learned how to have it yet. You haven't learned how to have the results. You haven't become the person who has that. If I can relate this back to my own personal journey, if 2 to 3 years ago, I was suddenly given this awesome opportunity to work as a life coach, I would have completely freaked out. I couldn't even take care of myself at the time and my own personal well-being. And now I'm working with my clients and having my own business. This is crazy, right? So it definitely would not have worked. But over the years, I also went through my own personal transformation, doing a lot of inner work, building up my confidence, learning to love myself and put myself as the priority, managing my mind and my emotions, not making failures mean anything about me, practicing courage, working on my coaching skills. And by the time I got my first coaching client, all of this just happened naturally because I've already worked on myself to become the person that I want to be as a life coach. So of course, naturally, I will be working with clients. So do you see how going through the process is inevitable in order for you to have what you want? My friend, you need to go through the process to experience the transformation and become that future version of yourself who has what you want. If you are someone who is in the middle of the process right now, you are going through that change, you are going through that phase, and it feels very scary. I just want to let you know that you're going to be fine. Nothing is going wrong. It's okay. You're navigating through this phase. After a while, you will look back and realize that where you are now, you are so much stronger than before. So keep going. If we all get the results right away without doing the work, it will be very hard for us to keep it. You have to do the inner work. And here's the thing. I know that a lot of us, we feel resistant to go into the process of change because it feels uncomfortable. It's awkward. We are trying something we've never done before. It's hard, it's painful, it's difficult. We don't want to experience that. So therefore, we choose to stay the same and stay stuck at where we are at. But here is a new perspective that I would like to offer you. Notice what I mentioned before, the things that are preventing us from changing. We don't want to feel uncomfortable. We don't want to feel awkward. And maybe we don't want to feel angry. We don't want to feel disappointed. We don't want to feel tired. All of these, they are really just feelings, right? We don't want to feel these negative emotions. So therefore, we choose to stay the same. We resist to go into the process. So my question for you is, what if you are capable of feeling those negative emotions? What if you can train yourself to feel these negative emotions, be okay with feeling them, and then go in it and do the work anyways? What if you can do that? What if you can feel rejected and then go through the conflict to fix the relationship? What if you can feel pain and be uncomfortable and still finish your workout? What if you can feel scared and anxious but still take the actions to change your life direction? Can you imagine if you're able to sit through those uncomfortable emotions? My friend, you're going to be unstoppable. You can go through any transformation. With my coaching work, I work with my clients a lot on going through the process of change. And let me tell you, experiencing the struggle and facing the negative emotions is the only way for you to be stronger and grow. We are in this together, and coming out of it, it is so worth it. Looking back at my own personal journey, I realized that I've always stuck by this quote. I never wished for the situations to be easier. I wish that I was stronger. So I also want to offer this quote to you as well. Don't wish for it to be easier. Wish that you were stronger. If you can practice having the ability to feel negative emotions, you will also build even more capacity to be opening up to feel joy and satisfaction and peace on a much greater level as well. Perhaps our goal in life is not to be happy all the time. Perhaps our goal is to experience the entire human experience, meaning that we can feel the good stuff and also the bad stuff. So remember, going through the process is inevitable if you want true result to appear in your life, because the process is where true transformation happens. You need to first become the person who has the result in order for you to have the results, in order to have what you want. It can be difficult and painful, but if you can learn to feel negative emotions, to experience them, be okay with them, and take the actions anyway, you can achieve it. This is the only way for you to create the life that you want for yourself. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you find this episode helpful, please tag me in your IG story or send me a message over at Instagram at Daring Living, and I would love to hear what thoughts you have about this topic. Have an amazing week. I will see you next time. Bye bye.